why is it so much pain and suffering in the world? And honestly, to this day, I don't have an answer for that. But kinda, what is your opinion on that? Like, how did you kind of make sense of it?
Yeah, it's a hard question. I actually got a question from a non-believer the other day about it, and I didn't really know how to explain it. And the way I want to explain it, and over text it's always hard, so it wouldn't have come out the way I wanted it to. But how I would explain it is you can't have light without darkness. Now, I'm not saying that God created all this harmful stuff and suffering. That is partly, from my understanding, the devil, right? The devil has a play in a lot of this stuff. But I do love the idea that you can't have light without darkness. Now, do I like the whole idea? No, of course not. People would have died in my life that I would rather not die. But also, you kind of see the beauty in the suffering as well. Again, yes, I miss the people that have passed away. Yes, the suffering hurts. It can hurt a lot and it can drive people to be suicidal and all this stuff. But for someone in your life passing away, you have that deep connection of love and having the opportunity to love someone enough that it actually hurts. And when I heard that from my pastor, I was like, wow, like love is a beautiful thing when you know it's not going to last. Like if everything lasted forever before heaven, I guess we wouldn't appreciate it as much. But when we go to heaven and everything's absolutely perfect, like it says in the Bible, and we're in the presence of God, there's going to be so much relief and emotion, I guess, of what it's going to be like, right? It's definitely hard to explain it. But like I say, if you just have all the good, you can't appreciate it as much, I guess. Like I'm loving my life a lot more because of where I've come from with the dark times, right? You appreciate what you have when it's lost, or when you've lost certain things, or you've seen other people lose certain things. So for example, you get a load of money and then you lose it all. So then when you get it again, you start realizing, oh, I need to manage it a bit more. I need to not be so risky with my money. So yeah, I can't really touch on like, why is there cancer and did God create all this stuff? I don't really know, to be honest with you. Maybe we'll find out, but there's a quote in the Bible that I love, which is from John again, which is, you don't understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will. So when you're going through them tough times, remember of that verse. And it basically brings back to my quote that I absolutely love even before I was a Christian, which is everything happens for a reason. But in them bad times, I would always be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to worry about that quote because everything happens for a reason, but it's a bad quote. So, sorry, it's a bad moment. So that can't be right. But now looking back on it, it's like, you might not understand what God is doing with the pain, but later on you will. Now, I don't know why God took away, my family members, my dad, and all this stuff, but I do know, or at least I like to believe, that that has shaped my perspective and allowed me to grow a lot quicker than I would have been, and also to be able to relate to other people and maybe to preach the gospel to people that have lost a parent or someone close to them and go, you can still love God. You can still go through all that pain and still love God. So, there's so many different ways and perspectives to look at it in the pain that can be a beauty. Now, does that mean it's not frustrating? No, of course it's very frustrating and it can be very painful as well. But yeah, that's what I would say.